Welcome to another episode of Jump into Fire Safety with Katie. Today, we're diving into boating safety in Ontario. Whether you're a seasoned sailor or a first-time boater, this episode is packed with essential information to keep you safe on the water. We'll start with a short video from Transport Canada on recreational boating safety before we get into more detail.
Everyone knows the rules of the road and why they're important. Driving a boat is no different. Out on the water, there's traffic, rules to follow, and hazards to watch out for. And just like a car, you need the right training to safely operate a boat. The rules of the road for Canada's waterways help everyone stay safe. For example, larger vessels can't make way for you. You have to yield to them and be aware of all water traffic around you. Always remember to buckle up and make sure everybody is wearing properly sized life jackets. Not just the kids, but the adults too. And no matter what wheel you're behind, car or boat, drinking and driving can be deadly. Don't do it. Recreational boating is a great pastime. Learn the skills, know the rules, and be safe.
First, let's talk about the legal requirements for boating in Ontario. To operate a boat, you need to have proof of competency. A common proof of competency is the Pleasure Craft Operator Card, which you can get by passing a boating safety test from a Transport Canada accredited course provider. These courses are flexible and available in various formats, including classroom, online, and self-study. Taking a course is highly recommended as it covers important topics like minimum safety equipment, Canadian buoy readings, waterway sharing, boating regulations, and emergency responses. For more information, check out the Safe Boating Guide at www.td.gc.ca/boating safety. Safety first. In Ontario, every boater must have a Canadian-approved life jacket, or PFD, for each person on board. Life jackets are typically red, orange, or yellow, making them easy to spot in the water. They come in 3 types: SOLAS, which stands for Safety of Life at Sea, Standard Type, and Small Vessel Type. To ensure your safety, choose the right one for your needs and make sure it's approved by Transport Canada. You can find a list of approved products in the Approved Products Catalog Index. Remember, life jackets and PFDs are not the same. Life jackets provide a higher level of protection and are designed to turn an unconscious person face up in the water. Always wear your life jacket or PFD while on the boat and ensure they are in good condition and fit properly. When purchasing a life jacket or PFD, look for approval markings from Transport Canada, Canadian Coast Guard, Fisheries and Oceans Canada, or any combination of the above. Life jackets or PFDs that are ripped or in poor condition are not considered approved. There are special considerations for children's life jackets. Watch this next video from Transport Canada to learn more.
Boating is a great way to spend time with family. But when you're on the water, anything can happen. And your child's safety should always be your top priority, and it starts with finding the right life jacket. When buying a life jacket, check for a label. One from Transport Canada, the Canadian Coast Guard, or Fisheries and Oceans Canada means the life jacket meets Canada's safety standards. Second, make sure the life jacket is the right size for your child. It should fit snugly and not right up over the chin or ears. Here's a quick test if you're not sure of the fit. Check the space between the life jacket and your child's shoulders. If it's more than about 3 fingers width, the life jacket is too big. Third, some of the safety features you may want to consider include a large collar for head support, waist ties, or elastic gathers at both the front and the back, a safety strap that goes between the legs so that the life jacket can't slip over your child's head, buckles on safety straps, and reflective tape, which makes the life jacket more visible in darker conditions. If it doesn't come with one, you might want to attach a plastic peeless whistle to the life jacket. This way, in case something does happen, your child can use the whistle to call for help. Of course, if you want your child to wear a life jacket, you need to set a good example and do the same. After all, your life jacket won't work unless you're actually wearing it. If there's an accident, there won't be enough time for you to find it and put it on, so make sure you're wearing it before you leave the dock. Safety is a shared responsibility. Help protect yourself and those around you. When you're on the water, be informed, be prepared, and be safe.
Did you know that you can borrow a life jacket through the Kawartha Lakes Public Library Active Living Collection? Check out the Library of Things at www.kawarthalakeslibrary.ca. Your boat must be equipped with certain safety gear. This includes a life jacket or PFD for everyone on board, a buoyant heaving line, a watertight flashlight or flares. If your boat is longer than 6 meters, you'll need additional equipment such as a manual bilge pump or bailer, a sound signaling device, and navigation lights. Boating safety kits are available at most boat. Here I have my required boat safety kit. The container itself serves as a bailing bucket. I have my 15-meter buoyant heaving line with a float. I have my sound signaling device, which is a whistle, and I have my watertight flashlight with fresh batteries. I also have my paddle should I lose power and need to get home. Navigation lights are crucial for visibility and avoiding collisions, especially at night or in low visibility conditions. Make sure your boat's lights are working properly before heading out. Next, let's clarify some boating terminology. The term starboard refers to the right side of the boat when facing forward, the driver's side, while port is the left side. Knowing these terms helps in communication and navigation. Green markers are the port hand buoys. These are green in color and should be kept on the left port side of the boat when traveling upstream, which is towards the source of the water, or entering from seaward. The starboard hand buoys are red in color and should be kept on the right or starboard side of the boat when traveling upstream or entering from seaward. When traveling downstream toward the mouth of the water, the opposite is true. Keep green markers on your right side and red markers on your left. It's important to adhere to speed limit regulations. Speed limits vary depending on the waterway and local rules. So always check the signs and follow the limits. Overloading your boat can be dangerous, so never exceed the maximum number of people allowed on board, which is specified on the boat's compliance notice. If you're towing a water skier or wakeboarder, you must have a spotter on board to watch the person being towed. The person being towed must also wear a life jacket or PFD, and the towing activity should be done in designated areas away from swimmers and other boats. Ontario offers beautiful waterways like the Trent-Severn Waterway system and the Kawartha Lakes. These areas are beautiful for boating, but they also have specific rules and regulations. For instance, the Trent-Severn Waterway has speed restrictions and lock operation hours that you need to be aware of. In Kawartha Lakes, always be mindful of shallow areas and local boating guidelines. Let's find out what Chris, the Lockmaster at Lock 34 in Fenland Falls, has to say about proper locking procedures in this next video.
Hi there, my name is Chris and I work here at Lock 34 on the Trent-Severn Waterway. We are a busy station here, so we get a lot of newcomers to the waterway, and one of the biggest things I let them know is to let us know first and foremost that you are new to the waterway and you're hoping to lock through, so that the lock staff can give you a little bit of information. So the first thing I would suggest is going to speak with your lock staff. I have this booklet, and all the lock stations should have this open safety booklet. I usually give that to them. I ask them to read, for the most importantly, is pages 3 through 6. It does describe on how to lock through safely. And one of the most important aspects of that is how to put your line on the cable. And in here is a small picture. You can see how it's looped through. And we don't ask you to wrap it or tie it or noose it or anything like that. You're just going to have it like that so your line can go up and down. So once we've had a little bit of education on how to lock through safely, I suggest to the boaters to park on our blue line. That way the lock staff knows that you would like to go through. So I have a little rhyme. I let them know blue to go through. And the blue line is for vessels who are locking through only. And the gray wall is for those who would like to moor. Secondly, I like to let them know, the captain, that your team has all their life jackets on and are ready to go through the waterway safely. You'll have a rope on the front and the back of your vessel, but I also suggest that they be prepared to go on either side of the lock. It depends on where we need to put you in the lock. You'll either be going on the port or starboard side. So having your buffers on both sides is going to alleviate a lot of stress of having to go to a side that maybe you're not prepared for. The lock staff will then direct you on where to go into the lock so that we can maximize our lockable space and have you in the safest spot. So my suggestion to you is to just listen to the lock staff when you arrive and get into the lock, and once again remind them that you're new to the waterway and we are here to help as much as we can, help with your lines, alleviate the stress, give you the direction, and once we get you up and down, regardless, depending on where you're heading in the waterway, then the lock staff will then again direct you as to when you'll be able to leave the lock, depending on how many vessels are in the chamber. So that is the best way to walk through and talk to your lap staff. We're all here to help, and hopefully you meet some smiling faces every time you come.
This next video provides a quick summary of the safe boating practices we've talked about today.
Boating season is here, so remember, life jackets save lives. Wear yours to prevent drowning and keep you floating while you catch your breath. Prepare a plan before heading out on the water. Check the weather, your fuel, and tell people where you're going. And make sure you're sober. You can harm yourself and others when under the influence, and it is illegal. Follow these simple rules for a safe summer. A message from the Government of Canada.
Thanks for joining me today on this episode of Jump into Fire Safety with Katie. Stay safe, have fun, and remember, responsible boating is safe boating. Visit us at www.kawarthalakes.ca/fire or check out our new Facebook page at Kawartha Lakes Fire Rescue Service. Until next time, happy boating.